concluded rally that was happening in Naivasha, according to the NSDCC report, we see like there was the high numbers of condom distribution that was given there. But according to people who are there on the ground, most young people are like, they do not wish to use condoms. They prefer having sex raw, and which, it has its repercussion in it. And one of the myths that we have is like, most people say that having sex using a condom is not enjoyable, it's not pleasurable, and it's not the same as having raw. And I would like to say that those are just myths and misconceptions about it, because having sex by using protection, specifically the condom, it gives you more pleasure, because you won't have stress, or you won't be thinking about what if I get pregnant, what if this person is sick. But according to how we as young people we believe it, we have like had a lot of significant negative thoughts about it that we always say, and we shun from using it, forgetting that our sexual health is quite important and is key to us. And by using the condoms, like, we get to boost our sexual confidence, because we know our status and we know how we are. We can also be able to control our sexual habits. It also increases confidence in intimate situation, because you and your partner, you come in an agreement. You say when you're going to have sex, you're going to use protection. This is going to be very major key. And also it important because we have people who have got multiple partners, and even if you don't want to protect yourself, it's quite important to also protect the person, not only for your own well-being but also for the other person's well-being. And on to that, I'll keep on and say we'll talk about the proper usage of condoms, like precautions to take when you're handling a condom. What should you look out into? What should you check? Like, you see, like, even when given a manual, let's say, like, or when buying a medication, they always instructions that you are supposed to follow. But even in the matters of using the condom, there are also some. One of them is like, you're supposed to check the expiration date of the package, also the packaging condition. Then when opening the package, you should carefully avoid tears. Like, when you look at the condom, I'll give an example of the Trust condom, of which I have quite interacted with it. It has like, I don't know if I'll say like dotted lines or something, or where you're supposed to cut it there. So we are really advised to avoid tearing and damaging it. And this comes in the fact that you have people, let me say men, who they like to carry their condoms and put it on their wallets, sit on them, put them in the places they find convenient for them. So this is not advisable, because when you sit on it, it can be prone to being damaged. Anything can happen. Then when inserting the condom, you're supposed to pinch the tip of the condom and also leave some space for semen to flow in. Not supposed to like just wear it like that, like the way, like I will say, like just like inserting it the way you'll just insert it like on a demo showing people. You're supposed to leave some space for the semen to be able to pass through. And this will happen after you've already checked the expiry date. You've checked the packaging, if it was correct. It is very important, so as to not use an expired condom, because it won't be effective, and it may also cause other damages to you as a person. So after using the condom, you are advised to unroll the condom in the rectum of a penis. This is on the essence of the male condom. Then after ejaculation, you hold the condom and you're supposed at the base, and you wrap it on a tissue paper or a serviette for disposal, so as you also don't withdraw the semen and pour them on other places. And for the female condom, since it has two rings, when the inner ring usually touches inside the vagina, and it aligns itself in the walls of the vagina, which by when you finish, you'll be able to pull it out through using the outer ring. This outer ring is the one that is usually on top of the vagina. So far, so good, I believe. Mercy, any questions? Hey, Mercy.
Yes, there's no question in the chat. I just indicated like if you have a question, they can just text it on the chat, or afterwards, after the session, we can have the question and answer session.
Okay.
So I think we just continue, and then afterwards, you can have the question and answer session.
Okay. So about as I had mentioned, the myths and misconceptions, we really need to address them, because like people believe and say that using condoms reduces pleasure, or it also reduces the effectiveness of the sex, which is not true. These are just things, and we believe, because I've had several encounters with young people, which we like ask them, and they'll tell you clearly I don't know. Me, I was told, I heard from someone, I've never tried. So I told myself, I'm not going to. So it's just like a myth that has been carried on so far and so on, which people keep on using. And it is advised that for every sexual encounter, you use a different condom. And I'll say this is also an advantage of using the female condom, because the female condom, you can be able to like go for like, maybe, let me say 5 shots compared to the male condom, which occasionally you have to keep on changing it after every shot and dispose it and also use a new condom. So we can also, like, when you want to compare the effectiveness of condom and other contraceptives, we find that the condom is, like, we can say 99% safe and better, because it not only protects you from unwanted pregnancies, it's also protecting you from STIs. And when you talk of if you want like protection, let's say for when you talk about contraceptives, you just want to focus on protecting yourself from getting pregnant. We have things like the IUD, we have the copper T, and we also have things like the Femiplan, the pills that we take. Those only focus on pregnancies for women, but you see for the condom, it caters for both unintended pregnancy and also STIs and HIV. And mostly, majorly, we've seen there is a problem in accessibility of condoms a lot, and we need to make them accessible. Because, like, for now, if I give a very good example, if I just walk out of my place and go to the healthcare facility around where I stay, as a young person, I won't just like get access to this condom. And if these condoms I get access to, you find people say like there are certain condoms which are not like of the standard rates, and some are of the standard rates. So accessibility is also becoming a problem. And you find like some people don't even know like they are supposed to be there and they should be given, like, for example, in high learning level institutions, condoms are supposed to be distributed. I'll give a very good example on the about, like, we had a certain activity in the University of Kenyatta University, not sure, and so we were engaging with these students, and apparently that school, I will say, is far more advanced, because the students confirm clearly, like, according in their health department, the school ensures like they distribute these condoms in weekly basis. Like, there's a place that they know they'll go to get, but there's also the problem of them not being quite enough for them. And also they said they believe like the condoms they are being given and the trust condoms are kind of different, because they told us they are being given the Sure brand, but they prefer the trust brand. So, and apart from that, one can also be able to access condoms via pharmacies or healthcare facilities. You can just walk into a chemist and purchase one for yourself. And we also need things like condom distribution. We can speak about condom distribution programs. These are things like outreaches. Like, I'm sure, like, apart from university, we also have other CSOs and organizations that ensure that deal with matters as RHR. They ensure like they do outreaches, they do testing, they provide condoms, they provide contraceptives like Femiplan, Copper T. A good example is Reproductive Health Network Kenya. We usually have most of our outreaches on monthly basis, and we ensure we have access, and we bring the services, not only the services and information, also the products for people to use. And on those days, we actually give the condoms for free. But another problem we've had is that most young people don't wish to be tested, and they also say they don't believe in using the condom. So I would also like to talk about the importance of having the importance of sorry importance of the importance of using condoms. Why is it very important for us to keep on using the condom? How is it benefiting us? Like I mentioned, it not only protects against STI, they are highly effective in reducing the risk of transmission of gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, and herpes. Those are some of the STIs we know, because they create a physical barrier that prevents direct contact between body fluid. They are very effective when used correctly and consistently, because they will prevent pregnancy. According to CDC, latex condoms have a failure of 2%. So we can say that condoms have been highly proven to be 98% effective and accurate as a mode of protection and contraceptives. And also, like for the female condom, for those of us who have maybe come across them, they look different. It's just the packaging that is different, but the purpose they serve is the same is the same purpose as the male condom serves. But most people are really they find the male condom more better than the female condom. I think it's because of its size. But another myth going about it is people say, like, maybe women say, when I insert it, I'm going to feel it, my partner is going to feel it. But no, it's not, because immediately it has been inserted, it takes some time and it aligns with the walls of the vagina. So we're going to speak about the responsible sexual behaviors regarding on the context of the use of condoms. Like it also, like, when you use condoms, by the use of condoms, we bring in the aspect of consent. Consent is very important, because I believe before you have any sexual encounter with a person, you are like supposed to like have a conversation and talk, because practicing responsible sexual behavior involves obtaining informed consent from all parties and respecting personal boundaries. This include discussing sexual history, getting regular tested of STIs, use of condoms as a means of protection, protecting open communication and respect boundaries within sexual relationship helps to create a healthier and a safer environment. Because when you and your partner, you like sit down and discuss, you come to an agreement and you decide, now, if you're going to have sex, I think it's better for us to like go get tested. After getting tested, let's practice safe sex by using contraceptives or protective measures like condom, and also reducing stigma and promoting health education. The conversation we're having like right now, we're educating each other and telling people about the importance of using the condom. And this can also happen not only via the online platforms we use. We can also hold dialogues, and in these dialogues we encourage each other by sharing stories and also sharing lived experience and best practices that are well in regards of the use of condoms and contraceptives. So, like, the importance of sexual behavior are like they help us in because we'll be physically and emotionally well-being. Because I usually like telling people our mental health informs our sexual health, and if our sexual health is not okay, it will also impact our mental health, of which we won't be able to not only make informed decisions, we'll go at a point of distress, because maybe you did something wrong somewhere, you messed up somewhere, and now you also have another person you don't want to talk, so you're in constant pressure. And it's very important to cater the aspect of safe and consensual relationship, because responsible sexual behaviors involves engaging in sexual activities with informed consent. All involved parties to promote healthier relationship. And communication is also quite key, because it helps prevent situations like for sexual assault, abuse, or coercion. Like, maybe mostly you find like women will tell you, my partner said it's not okay for us to use the condom. I love them and I don't want them to leave me, so we just had sex through. And that's where I did that. It's how I wanted us like to have sex. They wanted us to have raw sex without using the condom, and you find most of them, they end up being infected or end up getting to cure other diseases they are not aware of. That's why we say it helps in prevention of STIs. And I also unintended or unwanted pregnancy. When I say unintended, there's a difference between unintended and unwanted pregnancy. Because unintended, it can include maybe you guys who are not, you and a partner, you are not intending like to be able to maybe have kids at the moment, but it happens. Unwanted is something you did not want, it just happened. It can be maybe in the form of a lot of things can happen in between that diversion. But you see, this can also, people also encourage, when using condoms, you can also be able to use other contraceptives like IUDs, birth control pills, and the likes. Hey, Kario, how long before sex should one wear a female condom? It's about 15 to 10 minutes there. You should wear a condom at that, the female condom, so as by the time you are having sex, it will have already aligned with the walls of the vagina, and it won't have the repercussion of maybe kutoka, or even not having to stay well. And Yeah, because the inner ring will go and it will be it will be inside the vagina, and now the outer ring will already be on the top of your vagina. And also, responsible sexual behavior promote gender equality, respect, and consent. This means treating all individuals with respect regardless of their gender identity or sexual orientation. Education and awareness, it's very crucial. Educating individuals about sexual health and reproductive behaviors at a young age includes comprehensive sexuality education, because CSE has been majorly being championing for, and it really helps because it will give the correct information, because we really assume like young kids or young people are not having sex, or they have the information, but yet you find out they don't even have if they have information, they don't have the correct information. And we also have the part of ignorance, but the main issue is that a lot of information is not yet well created out there, and if only CSE will be incorporated, it will be very great to be able to pass this information in the correct media and channel. Mm-hmm. So up to there, I will say, like, I'm waiting for, in case there's any question, feel free. I hope, Joy, I have answered your question well. Joy?
Yes. Yes, you have. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh yeah, I'll share with Mercy a demo of the female condom and how it is used. Also, apart from the male and the female condom, we also, we have young people in all their diversities. We also have things like the dental dams, and when I see these dental dams are not only used by women alone, they're also used by men. They are used by everyone. You have dental dams, you have finger condoms, and you have tongue condoms. Those are also forms of condoms that are there. They are also form of method of protecting us. And for the dental dam, it is used for protecting, it is mostly used when you are having oral sex. It is not only, that's what I said, it is used by anyone. It is important to everyone to use it. Also the finger condom, so you not only have the male and the female condoms, we have a bunch of condoms. We have the dental dams, we have the finger condoms, the tongue condom. And the dental dams, they are overly used for the oral sex. And also, I understand like the dental dams are, it's one of the majorly expensive form of condom that has been said, and it is not easily accessible as per now. Like we can say, it's not yet out there much. And for you to access one, I think the last time I checked, one was going for around 300 shillings or something. I'm not sure at what price it is as per now. But instead of risking your sexual health, you can also be able to use the female condom if you cut it into two and make your own dental dam for your own safety. So you don't have to like wait until you buy the 300. Maybe you're not able to. You can also be able to just come up with your own dental dam. You can also use the male condom if you just like cut it into two. There's a way you cut it into two, like for the I'll just give a rough ride of the female condom. You see where we have the two rings. So when you cut them into two, the layer that is usually covered with lobe, so you can use it, then use the other layer, because you put it on the walls of the vagina. That is how you use the dental dams when you're having oral sex. So you can use it that way. You can just cut the female condoms into two to be able to create your own dental dam. The finger condoms also, I was somewhere and we were told you don't have to like go on and wait for all those charges because we understand that we are young people, and you cannot tell someone to remove 300 shillings to go and buy a condom, or that person is going to buy that condom or buy food. So we can also use our own innovative ways, like using the resources we have, like the male and the female condoms, and incorporating them into a dental dam, which has already been proven it is there, and also the male condom into a finger condom. But I understand for the male condom, it's a bit tricky because of its size, and the finger condom is usually a lean one, aligning with the size of the fingers. Yeah. So all I'll say is using a condom constantly and correctly during sexual activities can greatly reduce the risk of contracting or spreading HIV and STIs infections. It is important to practice safe sex and protect your own health. Yeah. Mercy.
Yes. Okay. There was this a story I was seeing on social media where they were saying the male condom stuck on the vagina. So what are the possible reasons that may have caused it to stuck there, or how can we remove it? So they were asking a condom stuck on my vagina and then I didn't know how to remove it. So in case of such emergencies, what can we do?
In case of such emergency, I've also seen that story. I was even reading through it when I saw it. I had people gave their own ideas, but at times you find that it's just not only stuck. Something has to have something has to have happened to make it stuck. So basically, the highest feedback that was given was people are advised women, if it ever happens to you, you go to and visit a medical doctor or to a medical facility. They can be able to remove it, because people have tried removing it in their own channels, and some even fail to, and they stay with it for days until it gets worse. Now that is when they start going to the doctors to get it removed. But it is highly advisable, if it gets stuck, just go to your doctor, talk to them and tell them about it. Yeah, but I also say it's not that easy for it to get stuck. Unless maybe the person is, you find people who you cannot, one thing, then someone wants to use the female and the male condom, you cannot use two condoms at a go. That is one thing for sure. Yes.
Thank you, Michelle. Okay, there's also I work in a health facility, and okay, there was just a random discussion that currently most young people prefer using PrEP. No, what do you call it? The PrEP, yeah, the one before HIV. You get HIV as PrEP instead of using condom. But from the discussion that we have had today, I think it's best. Prevention is better than cure. It's better that you use the condom than using the PrEP. Or what do you think, Michelle?
Yeah, I'll also agree with that. Like, I was given an example of what happened during the Safari rally. They were like, they prefer not to use the condom, but they prefer to take the PrEP later. They don't care. I would like to say I don't know if I'm going to say they don't care. I think it's also a problem of lack of the correct information, because when you ask them to give you a genuine reason as to why they are not using it, they say it reduces pleasure. It's not. Kwanza, they tell you in a layman's language, sitamu, haibambi. But they forget, in that essence of kubamba, it's not all about kubamba. It's all about your safety. And those are just myths. Because when you ask people, have you tried using it? They'll tell you, no, me, I was told. I just heard somewhere. So we need to tell and show young people how important it is to use condoms, rather than just going to the health facility and hitting raw sex, then going and seeking PEP. Yeah.
Thank you. BBA is basically for people who are interested with SRHR advocacy and everything. And our slogan is usually raising hope in every youth. So I think from today's discussion, we might be a champions or advocates, where we are going to tell the other young people, it's better we use prevention, we use condom than using PrEP or PEP. Maybe it might not work, but condom will work. So for me, the advice I can give everyone, yes, use condom and we prevent it. Do you have anyone else who has a question?
So I would say it's very important, because prevention is better. Preventing yourself first. Don't wait until something happens. Then, you'll sit there and say, I wish I knew. And also think, as BBI, whatever you're doing is great. And also, I will also think, you see, most people are focused on online platform. If you keep on advocating for this, sharing this information, even doing maybe TikTok challenges or whatever, just to try and get to them to understand of how crucial and how important a condom is. And also disseminate the wrong information that is there about it's not pleasurable. Some say it causes that you will get sick, but those are not true. But I've also heard some people saying that they get rashes, they get itchy. All I can say about the rashes part and itchy, unless something, because we have the flavored ones and then unflavored one, unless it has something that reacts with your body. And it is also highly advised, if it does that, you go to the facility and talk to your doctor to know more about it. So as BBI also, as we are advocating for this, although with also other SRHR persons, we can keep on putting this information and message there to young people, because it's really wanting. When you look at the high rate of HIV infections, Kenya is leading, and the high rate is us young people. We are the top of the core. Like, we are losing a whole generation. People are just getting lost, and they maybe most people don't have the correct information, because according to me, those whom I have interacted with, they don't have the correct information. Some are not able to access this information. And if some are able to access, they are just like, it's fine, I don't care, or ignorance. But if you can find a channel like that where we can be able to get it to them in their own language, maybe even if it's through TikTok, it's through dialogues, through engagements in there, just mention it. Even maybe sharing with your friends, talking to your friend and asking them, hey, by the way, what do you think about this? That is also another way of sharing information. You can also use the power of storytelling, because if you tell them a story of what happened, because there are people who will share their story and tell you, me, I ignored using a condom and it has led me to this and that. If what they say, if only I had done this. So, like, using real lived stories and also telling them the facts, the real thing that will happen. Yeah.
Thank you. Do you have someone who want to say something? Okay. Okay. I will just like to invite you, or not to invite you, to let you to pass the information. As RHNK, you are having the 7th conference. Maybe anyone who can be available or would like to participate. Michelle, you can just tell us about it, and then as you end up, just invite them.
Yeah, we'll be having our 7th scientific conference, which is going to take part in Mombasa. And our this year's theme is priorities of advancing adolescent and youth sexual reproductive health and rights. And through that main theme, we also have other sub-themes. And one that is very catching to me is about the emerging trends, emerging issues, the emerging issues of the HIV infections, the emerging issues of young people being on the top rank of it, and also the one for gender equality. So we have, like, through the main theme, we have like other 7 sub themes, and people have been submitting their abstracts. Now I think we have less than 9 days for the abstract submission, but you not only have to submit an abstract to be able to attend, you can also just register and be able to attend the conference. It is going to be from the 18th of June to the 21st of June. It's going to take place in Mombasa at Sarova White Sand. And even if you like, maybe you want to like partner with us, or maybe you want to like chip in an idea, just feel free to reach out to us at our website at RHNK, which is Reproductive Health Network Kenya, or at any of our social media platform. You can be able just to send us a DM or an email, or whatever way you want. Even if you want to be involved, just let us know how we will involve you. Or as young people, what do you think we should incorporate in the conference? What do you think we should put? Because when you talk about our conference, it is not only going to start in Mombasa. We are also going to have a youth caravan, where young people take lead and take charge in what they do. On the caravan, we don't start our conference. I wouldn't say like it initially starts in Mombasa. We start it when we are going, because we have different stopovers with different people from different counties on our way. Before that, we try and distinguish what are their needs and what do they need, the problems they are facing, so that when you go to them, you talk to them. And we also encourage other young people to bring out their ideas and what they think should be done different. So we also have the youth caravan, and our conference basically it's mainly youth led, because we let the young people take charge. And attending this conference, it's not only an opportunity, it's not just a conference. You get a chance to be able to interact with other stakeholders, policymakers, donors. And I like saying very much well, because nobody can tell our story. We are the only ones who can tell our story. We want them to hear us. It's only us who can sit at the table and tell them, we are young people, this is what we need, this is what we are lacking, these are the policies, and this is what we will wish things will be like this. Yeah.
Wow, thank you, Michelle. I was part of the previous one. The 5th one, I guess. The 2022 one. It was fun, and we had an interaction. I don't know if most of the people from our team knows, but it was the best one. You go and learn everything. You learn, you interact, you network, and if you can still submit your abstract, you can still submit the 7 days. And if anyone needs a guidance, they can they can just inbox me. Michelle. Michelle, there's a question on chat.
Yes.
From Julia. Hi, Michelle. I have heard before that there are people who get reactions from using latex, and I know our condoms are made. Okay, maybe she meant. I know condoms are made from it. Is that maybe one of the occasions where one might need to seek medical advice? I think you're just okay. You can just say something.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, actually, it is. That's why it is much advisable if you get any kind of reaction or whatever happens to any kind of reaction, even if it's just that itchiness, you'll be able to go to your doctor and tell them. Yeah, there are people who are they're affected by it. And actually, it was told very well that the loop that is usually used in this is what that makes people get that itchiness or they get weird reactions on the latex. So it is highly advised if you experience any of these, you go to the doctor and don't just assume and say, because everyone is getting affected, because people no. Maybe even the problem is maybe the condom itself you bought, and that's why you hear there are different types of condom you can use. You don't have to just stick to one. But before that, make sure you go talk to your doctor, let them know, and they will be able to give you better guidance on what is the steps for you to take on or what to do next.
Thank you so much. I think it has been an interactive session and a good one that we have learned a lot about condom and the importance and why as young people are supposed to use a condom and also advocate about it. If there's no any other question, I think we can wind up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'll just say, for young people, if maybe wherever you are, or you know someone who might be in need of getting the condom, who is not able to get, or even any contraceptive or any SRHR services or information, we have a facility at REHNET Medical Center under RHNK. It's called REHNET. It is called REHNET, and we also have a chatbot. So maybe you're experiencing some other concerns about your sexual health and you don't want to go to your doctor. We have a chatbot known as Nenana Binti. You can just chat with us, and we also now have a very active call center. Maybe you need to access services or you need to talk to a counselor, or you need guidance and counseling, or you need to talk to a doctor about an issue maybe for you or for your friend. You can also still use the Nanana Binti. It has the chatbot for getting information. Even if you need information about condom, need information about contraceptives, it is there. Or you just need someone to talk with, it is also there. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. I think it's been an interactive. You don't have a facility in Nakuru, probably.
We don't have a facility in Nakuru, but we have healthcare providers, and they have their facilities. So we are in over 43 counties as per now. So but the one I'm saying is a youth centered, specifically catering. Apart from other people, it's catering for young people in all their needs in SRHR. Because we find most young people, when they go to access services in other facilities, there's the aspect of discrimination also being judged. So our facility caters for adolescent and the youth matters SRHR. But also, if maybe you need the services and you are in Nakuru, you can just reach out to us. We have healthcare providers who are well trained and sensitized on how to deal with adolescent and young people. Then we link you with them. But the one we have as per now is the one in Nairobi, which is in REHNET Embakasi, Fedha Kwandege.
Yeah, Fedha Kwandege. I know where it is. Okay. Yes, I know where it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm hoping to see you.
Okay, I know we met. I don't know if we met, but probably maybe we met and we didn't know each other. Maybe next time when I come, we know each other. Thank you so much. Those kindly follow. You can also still follow RHNK on all their social medias. They're usually active and they usually post some experts and everything about youth, the advocacy, policies, and everything. It's a good organization. They have a lot of resources actually. Yeah, that's no. I don't work at RHNK. That's Anna, and I'm advertising it.
We give opportunities to young people because we are youth-led CSO. So we give and our priorities are always on young people. So apart from the information, the services, you can also, maybe you want to do an activity, maybe you want to do an outreach in your school, you need commodities, just reach out to us. We are very high on young people in accessing services and information and also building them.
So basically, if we're having an activity, we're going anywhere, BBY, we can just reach out. We just reach out through the email.
Yeah, you can.
RHNK.
We can partner and have the activities. That is what we do. Even when we are doing an activity in KU, we do that.
Uh-huh.
Anything SRHR related.
Okay,
Just
thank you. Hope
and
Annabelle just noted that. Annabelle is the current coordinator. I'm just stepping in for her.
okay.
Thank you. Can we call this? Can we say it's a wrap up now?
Yeah, it's a wrap up. Unless there are any further questions or clarifications, I'll be happy to take it through.
And if someone has any other question, you can just reach out to me, and then I'll reach out to Michelle on your behalf.
Yeah. I'll also share with you the demos for the female condom and how they look. You can also use it on your platforms. And also, I know you guys also have a social media platform on Twitter.
Yes.
So you can be able to get it there, maybe even on Instagram or whichever platform you wish to share it. Yeah.
That will be nice.
Yeah. Thank you very much for this opportunity. It's been really great. I'm glad to be able to be part of this conversation. Actually, this is my first Zoom interaction where I'm like supposed to speak. I'm more of a Twitter space person, but it's nice. I am the consideration. Yeah, I'm more of Twitter and in person. Even I would ask Annabelle, how do you guys go about it? And she told me, anyhow you want it, but it's been great.
On Twitter, it's a little bit different. We usually have a panelist and everything. For BBO, we have just had one Twitter space. Yeah, we had one, and the other one was just about Twitter chat. But maybe we'll try in future more Twitter spaces.
Yeah, you try to. Yeah,
we can still try. It's just a learning process. Actually, where I work currently, it's just a new organization. We are trying a lot. Oh, kindly follow us on Twitter at Kaleta Fair Foundation. That's where I work. It's just an organization in a rural area. So we are still doing more of advocacy, giving out information to the young people, and wanting young people to know more about their rights, especially the sexual reproductive health rights.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Everyone have a lovely night. Michelle, thank you. I just shared my email address on the chat. Did you see it?
Yeah, I'll just go through it. I'm sure Annabelle can share
it at gmail.com.
Even if I miss it, I'll just share with Annabelle and I'm sure she will give it to me.
Yeah, you just share with Annabelle.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Everyone, you can just leave at your own pleasure. I'm leaving the Zoom meeting.
Okay.